I don't think many predicted this scene after the Champions League final, but Cristiano Ronaldo officially unveiled today as a Juventus player. There at the press conference for us, Paolo Bandini. Paolo explains what it was like as an occasion.
A huge occasion, obviously, here at Allianz Stadium. More journalists than were here even for the Champions League final press conferences, which gives you some idea of how big of a transfer this is for Juventus. And we all know the numbers now, 500,000 shirts sold even in the first day. And you definitely got that impression all over the city of Turin. I think in the little conversations you hear everywhere, actually one of the standout moments of today for me, bizarrely, has been waiting at a pedestrian crossing and hearing a little 80-something-year-old woman stood with her husband and lecturing him on the fact that surely now Gonzalo Higuain has to leave. But the press conference itself for me was undoubtedly the most fascinating moment. Ronaldo talking about the fact that he still has things he wants to prove in his career, and I thought he was a really interesting blend of bullishness, talking about the fact that he's still got plenty to offer as a footballer and has come to a club like Juventus because they can offer him things in return, but also a little bit of vulnerability. You know, he said outright, I'm 33, not 23, which, given it was only a couple of months ago, he was saying the exact opposite in Madrid, saying I've done these biological tests and they show I'm 10 years younger than my real age. I thought that was a huge statement and something really intriguing to portray that he is, despite what we think of him, still a human, still someone who has his struggles as well. But we're off to I think already a huge start here in Turin in terms of the interest, and it's only going to get bigger from here.
500,000 shirts in the first day. It says it all. It says it all about Cristiano Ronaldo and the power that he still has, and what really a coup this is for Juventus, surely.
Yeah, it is. Once you see all the numbers and see how it all stacks up, without question, you get your return just in commercial value that Cristiano Ronaldo brings. Ultimately, though, he will be judged not on shirt sales, and it's how he improves this Juventus team in European football. Let's remember, Juve are 7 times defending Serie A champions. But it does speak to breathing a new sense of belief into this team, at the very least, in terms of how they're perceived and their chances in the Champions League this season.
What do you make of this signing overall, Brian?
I think Paulo touched on it a little bit. I think Cristiano understands that the pace of Italian soccer football is a lot slower. And so, you know, you can see him understand that he's probably not going to have to do as much work. Not that he did a ton of work defensively for Real Madrid, but certainly they play at a little bit quicker pace. I'm not saying he can't do it, and I'm not saying his body can't, but I'm sure that had to play a little bit of factor. The question mark now is you're going to see a total different style of play in Italy. Is he going to be able to find the space in behind that he found at Real Madrid a lot of times? Because most Spanish teams love to play and come out.
Yep.
Even though when they lose it, they'll defend, they still don't defend as deep as some Italian clubs. And so seeing the way he's going to break down Italian defenses, I'm actually intrigued more by that than to say, okay, he's going to a team that's already dominant in Italy. I want to see him actually put up the numbers that, if he puts up the same numbers he put in Spain up in Italy, that might be more impressive.
That is a high bar, though, that he has set. Will he be able to? Will he be able to do the things that Brian's
He'll be able to do it in Serie A because, despite what Brian was saying, the game is much quicker now in Serie A. It's not as slow as it used to be. They don't defend quite as deep as they used to do. But he's now a box player. He doesn't really want to run in behind. He wants to get balls into the box. They've got 2 wide players in Douglas Costa. They've got Cuadrado on the other side. If they get enough crosses into the box, he's a brilliant header of the ball. Now, he finds space in the box. He works defenders. He's become a magnificent box player. And if you're playing for a dominant team like Juventus, they're going to get lots of crosses into the box from him, even on the diagonal, which he likes to run. The big question mark, can he take them to the next level in the Champions League?
Yeah.
Because they've lost 1 or 2 players. They've lost some of their senior players. They're trying to buy younger players to go with Cristiano Ronaldo. What will they do with Higuain? There's a lot of ifs and buts, but he will be a success at least for 2 years in Serie A.